Hello everyone, I am Sun Yang. Today let's discuss the topic of educational leadership and decision making. Our team members are Li Ganyin, Ding Mu Yang, Niu Lin, Shen Yang, and Tan Wan Ting. We will present a comprehensive picture of educational leadership and decision making from 5 parts. This is my part. Introduction and basic concepts. So, what is educational leadership? Educational leadership is not simply the exercise of power, but rather the core ability to gather team consensus through influence, guide development, direction through vision, inspire collective wisdom through teamwork, and ultimately promotes the achievement of educational goals. It is the guiding beacon for the development of the school. When it comes to decision making, it is the process of thinking and taking action when faced with a choice. In school management, decision making is mainly divided into two categories. One is daily decision making, such as running course schedules, allocating teaching resources, and ensuring the efficient operation of the school on a daily basis. Another type is strategic decision making, such as changing the direction of school development and formulating long-term plans, determining the future destiny of the school. For example, arranging a curriculum is a daily decision, while changing the direction of school development is a strategic decision, and there is a clear difference between the two. There is a complementary relationship between educational leadership and decision making. Good decision making is a real manifestation of good leadership. Excellent educational leaders can make decisions that are in line with the development of the school with keen insights and scientific analysis, and then lead their teams to overcome numerous challenges and achieve educational goals. Let's about content structure preview. Starting from the role of educational leaders, decision-making models, challenges faced, and future development tools. This article provides a deep analysis of school decision-making and educational leadership. Through the previous content, we have gained a basis understanding of school decision-making and educational leadership. Okay, thank you for your listening.
Hello, professors. I'm Ding Yang. This is my part, the role of educational leaders. Okay, let's start with the question: who leads school decisions? School decision making isn't a one-person show. It is collaborative effort. Principals, department heads, and teachers all have key roles. Principals are like the captains of a ship. They are in charge of strategic planning, deciding how to allocate resources, and shaping the school culture. Department heads act as the bridge between the principal's vision and daily teaching operations. They support teachers, coordinate and the curriculum, and ensure quality control. And teachers, they are all on the front line. They design lessons, support students, and carry out classroom practice. All of them contribute to making decisions in school. Okay, now let's take a look at the basic roles of educational leaders. Principals set the direction and the priorities for the school. Their decisions affect the long-term development of the school. For example, they may decide to invest in new teaching faculties or launch a new educational program. Department heads translate the principal's strategies into actionable teaching policies. They work closely with teachers to make sure the curriculum is well implemented. Teachers, on the other hand, provide valuable frontline feedback. Just like in the example of a Suzhou Junior High School, a teacher raised concerns about student overload. Then the academic office, led by the department head, reviewed the situation, and the principal launched a less burden, more flexibility plan with optional learning modules. This shows how different educational leaders work together. Okay, next, leadership styles also play a big part in decision making. There are three main styles we will discuss. The first is the directive style. It is great for urgent situations. During COVID-19, a Fulton primary school principal used this style. In just 72 hours, they managed to transition the whole school to online learning. Quick decisions were crucial then. The second style is participative. It encourages input from everyone, especially when it comes to curriculum or school culture reform. A Hangzhou high school revised its grade 10 curriculum after 3 rounds of teacher consultations. This way, the decisions made are more likely to be accepted and implemented well. The third style is distributed. It empowers teachers, which is ideal for innovation and pilot projects. At Chengdu No. 7 High School, young teachers led independent research teams with the support of school leadership. This style can bring out the creativity and initiative of teachers. So, what are the foundations of effective decision making? Strong communication is key. Weekly staff meetings, cross-department updates, and clear internal memos help everyone stay on the same page. We also need collaborations platform tools like MIC, Microsoft Teams, and Google Docs allow for real-time document sharing the planning. This makes cooperation more efficient and data-driven. Insights are indispensable. Students' feedback surveys, grade performance trends, and staff evaluations provide valuable information for making informed decisions. Okay, in summary, school leadership is a collaborative system. The quality of decisions depends on choosing the right leadership style for the right situation. Communication, collaboration, and data are the building blocks of wise decision making. Okay, thank you for listening.
Hi everybody, my name is Niuling and my part is 3, so let me show you. Okay, let's start with it. Okay, let's start with a real world situation. A teacher suddenly reasons who covers their classes tomorrow. It sounds simple, but it's a situation that requires quick and effective decision making. Should we merge classes, ask another teacher to take over, or wait to hire a replacement? Behind every decision we make in schools, there's a decision making model. This is a way of thinking that guides how we act. Today, I will walk you through three common models. Is the rational model, and two is the abundant rationality model, and the last one is the political model. We will also look at a real case from China's education reform to bring this idea to life. So, the next I realize is rational decision making. First up, it is the rational decision making model. It is the one you will find in most textbooks. This model is very structured and logical. There have five steps. The first one is define the problem, and the step two is gather all the information. The step 3 is generate all possible options, and step 4 is analyze the pros and cons. The last step is choose the optimal solution. Let me, for your example, if a school wants to choose a new online learning platform, it might compare cost, features, teacher feedback, and long-term impact. Then make the best choice. It's neat, it's logical, but let's to be honest, how often do we actually have that much time and data? So that brings the last year. It is model 2 is abundant rationality. This model says we make decisions with limited time, limited information, and limited brain power. So instead of the perfect solution, we settle for a good enough one. This is called satisficing. For example, when a teacher requires settling, the principal may just assign the next available teacher, not perfect, but fast and practical. Then we have model 3, the political model. This one says decisions aren't just about logical, they're about nationality and power. Imagine proposing a major curriculum change. Teachers might resist due to workload, parents might worry about test scores, and administrators may be focused on badges. What happens next? Arguments, compromise, votes. It's politics. So let's make the real with the major case in China. This 2021 double rejection policy, launched by the Ministry of Education, its goal is to reduce students' academic pressure and limit after-school tutoring. This policy triggered different reactions. At the national level, it follows the regional model based on surveys, data, and long-term goals. But when local governments and schools implemented, bonded rationality kicked in, and schools had to react fast by adjusting classing hours, adding after-school programs, and calming anxious parents. And of course, we saw the political model at work too. Parents worry about falling behind. Private tutoring centers state and school leaders had to balance expectations. So, in reality, it's not one model, it's all three working together. Yeah, it's right. So, let's warm up. There's no perfect model, there's only the right model for the right situation. Have full information and time, you can use the rational model, but if you just in a time crunch, you can apply bounded rationality. So, if you're facing conflict and negotiation, you can turn to the political model. As future educators and administrators, our real skills is this: knowledge when to be logical, when to be practical, and when to political. So, thank you so much for listening. This is my part. Thank you, everybody. Goodbye.
Hi everyone, I'm Wan Ting. Have you ever thought about how difficult it is for school leaders to make decisions? It's not just about choosing the most effective option. Many times, they also have to think about what's fair and right for the students. So today, I'm going to talk about some real challenges and ethical issues that educational leaders face. Let's start with three big challenges that school leaders often face. First, limited resources. For example, if a school has a small budget, should they buy new textbooks or upgrade the science lab? Both are important, but they may not have enough money for both. Second, different opinions from different people. Teachers might want to try new teaching methods, while parents prefer traditional ones. Sometimes even teachers disagree with each other. The school leader has to find a way to balance these views and make a decision. Third, outside pressure. Leaders have to deal with pressure from government policies, public opinion, and even social media. But at the same time, they need to stay true to the core values of education. Now, let's talk about ethical issues. These are even harder. First, fairness vs efficiency. Suppose there one scholarship. Should it go to hardworking student with average grades, or the smart students who doesn't try hard? It's not just about test scores. It's about values. 2. Majority vs minority. What if a policy helps most students but creates problems for students with disabilities? Should the school still go ahead with it? There's no perfect answer to this question. That's why educational leadership requires not just skills, but also strong values and responsibility. Let me give you a real situation from many schools in China. The education bureau want to improve academic scores, so they suggest cutting music and PE classes and adding more Chinese and math lessons. But parents and teachers worry that this will hurt students' mental health and creativity. If you was the principal, would you follow the advice to defend a more balanced curriculum? To warm up, educational leadership isn't just about making smart choices. It's also about making the right choices for students, for teachers, and for the future. It's full of challenges, but also full of meaning. Okay, thank you for your listening. That's all today.
Hello everyone and the teacher. My name is Li Ganyin. My part is future trends and summary. First, let's look at how technology is changing things. AI and big data are becoming important tools for school leaders. In the past, many decisions were based on experience. For example, a principal might choose a new teaching method because it worked well in the past. But now, with data from students' learning progress, leaders can make more targeted decisions. Imagine using AI to analyze which students need extra help in math. This data-driven approach helps leaders plan better and support students more effectively. Next, we are seeing more people involved in decision-making. Distributed leadership is growing. Instead of just the principal making all the calls, teachers and students are getting a say. For instance, student councils can share their ideas about school activities. Teachers in small groups often discuss how to improve lessons together. When more voices are heard, decisions can better meet everyone's needs. Students feel more connected to school, and teachers feel valued, which makes the whole school community stronger. What skills will future school leaders need? Flexibility tops the list. The education world changes fast. Whether it's new teaching methods or sudden policy changes, leaders must quickly adjust plans. Good communication is also key. Leaders need to talk clearly with teachers, students, and parents, making sure everyone understands the decisions and feel part of the process. And of course, They need to be comfortable with technology, from using online tools for meetings to analyzing data reports. Teaching skills help leaders stay ahead. Now, let's quickly review what we have learned. We started with the basic ideas of educational leadership and decision making. Then we explored the roles of different leaders, from principals to teachers. We learned about decision making models and saw how they work in real-life situations. We also faced the challenges leaders meet and think tough ethical choices they have to make. In conclusion, the future of educational leadership is bright and full of possibilities. With technology, more participation, and the right skills, school leaders can make decisions that create better learning environments for all students. Let's look forward to those exciting changes. There are also presentations of our group. Thank you. Bye bye.